Hello, hello. Welcome to the Okay, I Got It podcast. I'm your host, Destiny Lanaya, and we're going to see how far I can get into this without my perfectionism kicking in. Because I have this sense that everything is supposed to be perfect, everything is supposed to look perfect. I'm supposed to have all the equipment that I need to articulate whatever message that I need to get out so that people can see it, so people can hear it. Because I am one of those people that happen to be under the impression that I have to look a certain way in order for my message or whatever the frick that I'm trying to say becomes heard. Because I don't know, I guess I'm under the impression that in order for people to listen to me, I have to appear a certain way. I say this as an example. There was this video that I saw how this woman was talking about if you know how to carry yourself or carry pain or carry trauma and you still continue on going, or you can still function highly, or that you're just able to function, period. People have a lack of apathy towards you because they look at you and they're like, well, you handled it well, you did so well, you did what you needed to do, so like, why is it that I need to sit here and give you any sort of sympathy? Why do I need to sit here and give you any sort of congratulations? Why should I comfort you? Better yet, why should I even give you I'm sorry? And I feel like, well, I've realized that's literally how people approach me, because every single obstacle that I have ever faced in my life up until this point, everyone always looks at me like, oh, we don't have to worry about you. We we know you got it. We know you can take care of yourself. We know that you're going to find a way out. And it's not that I want people to feel sympathetic towards me necessarily, or that I want people to look at me like I'm a damsel in distress of some kind. I just want people to realize, hey, just because I can take the fucking hit doesn't mean I enjoy it. It doesn't mean that it's the first thing that I think of, or it doesn't mean that I want to take a hit every single time just to get a point across, or just to display that I can handle it. Because what people don't see is the crying nights. What people don't see are the moments where I literally have to convince myself to function as a human. Because there are moments where I don't want to, where I don't feel like I can, or I don't have enough courage to. And no one really sees the behind the scenes of that. They only see of how far I came and how strong I look because I took the hit. I say that to say that I have been struggling these past couple days to create an episode, to put out what I really want to put out, because the message is there. The information that I'm sharing, or just the experience that I'm sharing, it's there. It's being spoken about. That's not the problem. The problem is I just don't look like the type, I guess I don't look as my settings or surroundings or even myself don't look as professional as some of these podcasting platforms, or some of these platforms in general, look like. It looks as though I didn't put any effort into this, but honestly, me sitting here in front of the camera and speaking and putting out a piece of my vulnerability is a lot of fucking effort. I say that because it just reminds me of like this one and moment where this individual I was associating with had told me that I need to try more with my TikTok videos because it doesn't look like I've tried. It doesn't look like I put any effort. It just looks like I turned on the camera and just started talking. And I thought about that, and I thought about that more than I wanted to, because it's like, well, yeah, that's the point. The point is for me to appear as I am and just put out my message. It's not to get on TikTok or to get on any platform and look a certain way for people to pay attention to me. It's either, if you feel like what I'm saying is valid, you're going to listen. And if you don't, then you're not. And that's okay. That's fine. At the end of the day, I'm still going to keep talking. I'm still going to keep saying what it is that I'm saying. I'm still going to keep feeling what it is that I'm feeling. So it's like, why am I going to sit here and focus so much on the particulars? Especially when the particulars don't even fucking matter. There have been so many different examples out here of people just creating content, starting from where they're at with what they have, and they do really well. Or not even just really well, but People pay attention to the message at hand. People pay attention to the theme at hand, not necessarily for what the artist or the creator looks like. So why the fuck am I going to sit here and worry about that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're so hyper focused on what so and so has to say or what so and so feels. Which brings me to my point where I was having this conversation with my best friend earlier today and even over the weekend. We've been talking a lot about like just expectations and how we're breaking norms and we're just approaching ourselves and how we speak over ourselves a bit more intentionally because we realize we talk a lot of negativity over ourselves. And I was telling her because I have been the focus of being more intentional with my words has been so high. I told her that when we say that, we are subconsciously hindering and sabotaging ourselves from experiencing anything different or anything good because we are automatically stomping it before it even starts. Because we have this small subconscious thinking that we don't deserve it or that whatever that good or blessing or new opportunity is, we may not be ready for it. And today, we were talking about we were having a conversation along the lines of preparation because she was telling me like you should just sit on it, you should just think about it, like don't rush, take your time, like you want to make sure that you're doing everything right. And when she said that, at first I was catching myself agreeing with her. I'm like, you know what, yeah, you're right, I should probably just wait, I should probably just think about it, I should probably just like, just sit on it for a little bit. But the more I started thinking about it, the more I started coming to the conclusions, it doesn't matter how much preparation I may put into whatever the conversation we had at hand. It doesn't matter how much preparation I put into it. It doesn't matter how long I think about it. If I sit there and just continue on to think and think and think, I'm not going to ever put myself in the opportunity to experience it because I have thought so much, and everything that's going through my head that I have thought of has been negative or has been placed in the position of fear, where it's like I might as well not even do it. And with that type of thinking, preparation definitely comes with its benefits, and preparation is needed and comes in handy in some circumstances. But there are often times where we are so focused on the preparation and the planning of everything that we completely forget that in order for us to know how this is going to go out, in order for us to experience what this may look like, or even if we want it, we have to start by doing whatever it is that we're preparing for. And so that's what I was telling her. I'm like, yes, I'm going to think about this. I am going to sit on this and make sure that I have my head in the direction where I'm wanting to take my body and my spirit and my mind. But at the same time, I have strong enough conviction, I have strong enough faith, and I have a little bit of evidence to know that I can go ahead and make my decision and go after it. I can go ahead and start implementing the methods and steps and practices and values that I have picked up that I want to apply. I can go ahead and start applying it. I can go ahead and start being it because regardless if I'm prepared for this or not, I cannot control the consequences. I cannot control the variables. Things are going to happen regardless. Regardless. So it's like there's no more room, there's no more space for me to sit here and just wait and expect things to go the way that I want them to, but they're not going to go the way that I want them to because I'm just waiting for it to happen, but I'm not doing anything to make it happen. I'm just thinking about it. I don't want to think anymore. I don't want to be so stagnant. I don't want to limit myself and hinder myself or sabotage myself from experiencing something because I'm scared. One of the best advice that I have been given over and over and over and over and over is that everything in your life is going to be terrifying because you've never done it before. And the examples that you have of whatever it is that you're trying to go after, they may be poor examples, or they may be so out of reach and out of touch examples, or they may be examples that literally fit exactly the position that you're in. But you're still scared. You're still fearful of the unknown. You're still trying to control the unpredictability of things, but it's like you can't. So just do it scared. I remember there was this job that I was working at. It was a temp service. There were a couple of skill sets I will say that I have picked up, especially when it comes to Microsoft and Excel and spreadsheets. At this point, I feel like I'm a spreadsheet freaking, I don't know, connoisseur of some sorts. Definitely some things I still need to learn, but I basically, all in all, I definitely developed some skill sets and I got to experience a bit more of the corporate world and how that works and how the conversations work, how the attitudes towards one another works, and just how limited you are if you are literally in the bottom of the food chain when it comes to corporate world. All in all, I had this coworker. She's more than a coworker. I haven't spoken to her in a little bit. I should probably reach out to her, but she literally lit a fire in me to just stand up for myself, to speak up regardless of anyone else like not saying anything or if everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy, to speak up anyway, to speak up even if the person that I'm speaking up to does not understand what I'm saying. It's the simple fact that I stuck up for myself at the end of the day, regardless. And I started doing that. Like, I really started sticking up for myself. I started, anytime we had a meeting and there was something that I was confused about, or there was a problem that I wanted to address that the higher ups were just so used to just brushing under the rug. And I'm just like, this may not be affecting you, it's affecting me. So I'm going to say something about it, whether you listen or not. If you don't listen to me verbally, best believe it's going to be an email. Oh, I was amazing with emails. Amazing with emails. Anyway, there was this time I had found another job, which is the job that I'm working at right now currently. And I was so scared to take this leap because I'm just like, well, what if I don't make enough money in time? Like, what if I miss a bill? What if this? What if that? That means I would have to move and all of these changes, just all of these things that were just literally, I was so concerned about that I was just like, something in me was just like, yes, all of these concerns would be here. But these concerns would be here regardless if you had taken a different job or if you stayed at the job that you were at. They're still going to be there, or they're going to have a different face. They're going to be attached to a different problem or a different situation, but those problems and concerns are still going to be there. So do it scared. And I remember I had sent out an email letting everyone know when my last day was, when that was going to be, what that looked like, and all of the preparation that I basically did to make sure that everyone else on the team was accounted for, and that whoever was going to take my spot was accounted for, just to find out that they were not able to understand what it is that I made. But it was so dumb because in the process of me making it, they were just like, this is really good. This is amazing. Like, this is going to be really helpful. Didn't even use a damn thing that I used or a damn thing that I made. And when they tried to use it, they act as if they didn't understand it. Different conversation for a different day. But I remember the team lead had set up a meeting and he was basically just like, hey, like, this is Destiny's last week, and she's taking on this huge opportunity. She's making this big change and she's basically doing it scared, but she's doing it anyway, like just giving me my flowers, kind of full of shit, because it kind of felt like there were so many instances where he was just trying to like find out personal information about me coming from like a flirtatious state. It was just a whole thing. But anyway, it was just the way he was just like, you know what, she's doing this very like big thing and she's going after it. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah. And he basically asked me, he was like, do you have anything that you want to say to the team before we end the meeting? And I was just like, do it scared. Whatever the fuck it is, do it scared. Those problems, those concerns, they're still going to be there. They're not going anywhere. They're going to look different. They may be attached to something different, but those concerns and those problems and those variables and the unpredictability of everything, it's still going to be there. The whole point is just going after it anyway. I feel like with life, we are kind of conditioned to think that there's a destination to everything. That once you accomplish this, then you reach this end point. And when you reach this end point, you're done. There's nothing else to worry about. There's nothing else to contribute to. There's nothing else to learn from. There's nothing else to seek because you've reached this destination. The older I get, the more I realize there is no destination. There's just a next step, a next level. I feel like the point, when you get to a point where you believe that there's a destination of something, then I feel like that's the point where you kind of feel as though you don't have any more learning to do, or that you are so saturated with lessons and so saturated with information that you don't feel the need to learn anything else. Then at that point, I can see where the idea of a destination comes in. But me, I'm a learner of life. I am a student of life and of this world forever. For however long I am consciously here, I will remain a student. I'm okay with that. I've been okay with that. I've made peace with that a long time ago. But I will remain a student. So that's why I don't believe in a destination. I just believe that there's a new level, a new stage for me to reach. And as of lately, I feel like I'm in my transformative lifestyle right now, in my transformative state, because I'm 24 years old. I turned 24 back in April. I have told so many people this. I didn't think I was ever going to get to 24. When I was 16 years old, I planned out my life to 24, right? Like I planned it out. I kind of gave myself an idea of what I wanted my life to look like. But I was under the impression that I was going to take my own life at like 18. I kind of just sat it there and was like, this is what I'm going to do. And this is how it's going to be. And then it's going to be the end, and I won't have to worry about anything ever again because I won't be here anymore. But I decided to keep going. And now I'm 24. And I didn't give up, I didn't end it. I'm still here. And if anything, I have so many things that I want to be a part of and I want to experience and I want to see. Some days it's harder to remain hopeful and like bounce myself back. But other times it's like, no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I want to keep going. I'm not done yet. And it's getting easier for me to pull myself out of those moments where I feel stuck or where I feel like I just don't want to do this anymore. It's becoming easier to pull myself out. But ultimately, I'm not done yet. But yeah, I'm not done yet. I still have shit to do. And if you didn't gather anything from this video, from this episode at all, at least gather this. Do it scared. You can prepare. You can. There's nothing wrong with preparing. There's nothing wrong with preparation. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and planning things out. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't stay there because you're doing all that planning in vain. Do something now. As you're writing stuff down, as you're planning and mapping things out, as you're preparing mentally, physically, spiritually, however, start doing it now. Whatever that looks like. If it's a decision that needs to be made, make it for the validation and sake of you, not because of what so and so may think, not because how so and so will feel about you. Who gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, they really don't care. It may seem like they are so involved and they are so invested in whatever it is that you're doing and saying. I promise you, they don't care as much. You may be the topic of discussion. You may be the new obsession, the new hyperfixation that they have on. But I promise you, there's going to be something else that comes along and you're no longer beyond that. So do what you got to do for you. Do what you got to do for you. And just do it. Do it scared. Do it scared if you have to. Literally. I'm scared so many times in my life. I like to walk around like I'm fearless, but no, bitch be scared sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like this question that has been asked upon me, I have been concerned. I've had a lot of concerns, and a part of me is like, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe everyone's right, and I'm just not ready, and I should just sit on it, wait, and prepare. But it's like I know what I want, and I know what that looks like. And if this question, if this opportunity is what it takes to get there, or this is just an experience that I could experience to see what it's like, then I'm going to do it. I've already considered my consequences. I've already considered what all of that looks like the pain, the what ifs. I've considered all of it. I've considered all of it when I sat and thought about it. I considered all of it when I sat and made my pros and cons. I've considered all of that when I had the conversation with the person asking me the question. So it's like, I'm okay. I have enough conviction and courage and strength enough to answer this question for me and be okay with it. I know my consequences. I've accepted them. I've thought of them. A bitch that likes to overthink constantly, like myself, I've thought of them, I promise. And I know my answer. And I'm just going to do it scared. And I'm okay with that because one, I'm not alone. And two, I have always been a courageous ass bitch. And that's never going to stop. That's enough blabbing of this episode. Hopefully, this segment has touched you in some way as it has been touching my soul and touching me these past couple of days, these past couple of months, this past year, honestly. So, yeah, hopefully, you got something out of that. If not, hell, I'm going to keep talking and running my mouth anyway. Hi. So, yeah, that's the end of this segment. As far as a little bit about the posting schedule, I was going to come up with an idea that I post an episode every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So you're getting this a little bit late. You're getting this on a Thursday. But from now on, the posting schedule will be every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time until I come up with something different or I have a different schedule or I have more flexibility to make videos, edit them, and put them out. But as of right now, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you have, I appreciate you and I see you. We got this. We got this. I promise. I hope you guys have a lovely day, evening, or night, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.